Dude, that's some Oedipus complex right there. That is icky. Greetings, adventurers. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the Green Knight. This is my co-host and research assistant, Bartholomew. Tonight we're going to be looking at some r/am I the antagonist stories and passing judgment on random strangers on the internet, which is always fun. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell so you know when these videos go live and when I go live for my midnight walks or video game streams. If you want to support the channel, you can always sign up for a channel membership, which helps the channel grow and means a whole lot to myself and Bartholomew. Without further ado, let's dive on into some r/am I the antagonist. Wife named our newborn son something we never agreed on. Am I the antagonist for being upset? We have been married for almost 10 years. We already have a daughter that we named together. But for the second child, who was born a couple of days ago, not only was I not allowed to be in the delivery room, but my wife also picked a name that I did not agree to. We had agreed on another name that we both liked, but she ended up writing a different name on the birth certificate, a name that I had explicitly told her I disliked. By the time I found out, it was already too late since I was not at the hospital at the time. Again, because she didn't want me there. Okay, why didn't she want you there? Like, it sounds like you two are not together anymore or something has gone down, but there is an edit, so let's see. Backstory of the rough patch, since many people have asked. Did they mention a rough patch? No, but I guess, yeah, some shit has gone down. About 6 months ago, we had a big argument. She disagreed with how I was investing our money, even though I make mid-six figures and comfortably afford for her to be a stay-at-home mom in a fancy house, bought her a brand new car, and put our daughter in whatever activities she wants, paid for a live-in nanny, etc. Sounds like you're trying to buy her. Like, just because you can afford all these nice things doesn't mean she's unentitled to any opinions. She had opened a separate private checking account for herself and withdrawn a few $1,000s into it without telling me. Sounds like she's thinking about dipping. So I think you're leaving out some probably very abusive behavior. I got really mad, yelled a lot, and kicked a door. She called the police, and I got arrested, even though I didn't touch her or make any threats. It sounds like you did, though. If you were yelling and screaming and kicking things, that's borderline, that is technically abusive behavior.
You're a monster!
And she probably felt very threatened by that. And then she filed for a divorce and a restraining order on top of that. There you go. She's been planning her out for a while, apparently. The charges have since been dropped. She froze the divorce and modified the restraining order so we can meet up and work on our relationship. We're trying to make it work. I don't know, I think she's just trying to keep it civil for the sake of the kids. But, like, you don't sound like a peach to be around.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, dude said everything except what he did wrong, lol. Domestic violence resulting in an arrest, a restraining order, a divorce action being filed, all because she was trying to save some money out of his mid-six-figure income that she could control without his oversight. Yeah, like, it sounds like he was just super controlling and wanted, like, a little wife that he could just, like, pay for and have her be subservient to him. Yeah, wow, that edit. I wonder if there were more incidents of you losing your temper, which is why she wants an emergency exit plan. That's kind of what I was thinking. This probably isn't the first time you lost your temper like that. Yeah, you make a lot, but does she even want to be a stay-at-home mom? Maybe she likes having her independence away from the home. Maybe she likes being able to make her own money instead of having you have 100% of the control. Because I think there's more to the story, especially since you were arrested and a restraining order put into place. I'm going to say you're the antagonist. You left out big deals and are probably leaving out even more. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting too. Like, clearly she's had this thought out long in advance, and there's probably a pattern of behavior that you're exhibiting that makes her feel unsafe.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger!
And, like, you seem like the kind of guy who's like, I make all the money, therefore I get to control everything you do, and that's not a good environment for her or her kids to grow up in. So, yeah, I absolutely believe that you are the antagonist. On to the next story. Am I the antagonist for planning a surprise birthday celebration for my husband instead of doing the things he mentioned? I mean, if he said things that he wants to do, why wouldn't you just do those things?
That does not make sense.
Like, it's his birthday. But I guess guys have to deal with that shit all the time. Like, it's never about us, is it? It's always about what you want to do on our birthday.
Not about them! It's all about me!
My husband is turning 40 in a few weeks. When it comes to his birthday, the pattern every year is that about a month or two before he starts throwing out lots of ideas about what he might want to do. Spitballing. It usually changes constantly and doesn't become a real plan until shortly before the date. So what? He's probably got a lot of things that he wants to go do, and yeah, it might take a little time to nail down which one specifically he wants to do that year. Because this is a big milestone birthday, I wanted to do something special and actually plan it myself. His birthday is on a Friday, and we're already going away for the weekend, which he planned himself. Okay. The hotel, dinner reservations, and an activity he wanted to do. So I planned a low-key but fun night at home for the Friday before we leave. I bought some board games from the 80s, got DVD of movies that came out that year, and planned to decorate the house and pick up a dinner I know he likes, and a cake. The plan was basically pre-dinner activity, board game, dinner, cake, presents, and movie. He mentioned maybe wanting to play bingo and going to a specific restaurant. But since he always throws out lots of ideas and changes his mind, I didn't realize he was actually set on those two things. I thought it was just another maybe. Recently, he kept asking me what the birthday plan was because he wanted to know if he needed to plan something himself. I told him I had a pre-dinner activity, dinner, and something after dinner. I also said if he really wanted to play bingo, we could still do it before everything else. He kept pushing and pushing for a more detailed plan to see if or when bingo would fit in. This went on for a couple weeks, so eventually I got frustrated and ended up telling him everything. That made me sad because I wanted it to be a surprise.
It's all about me!
Okay, so just plan bingo. Like, if he really wants to play bingo, just be like, yeah, we're gonna go do bingo first, and then I have shit planned after.
Bingo! How fun!
Like, you don't have to be super cryptic about it. While he appreciated that I spent time planning a special day for him, it was clear that he was disappointed because he had said he wanted to play bingo and go to a restaurant, and I didn't plan for that. We decided I will cancel/return everything and he will plan the day. Now I feel really upset and kind of stupid for putting so much thought and effort into planning something he doesn't want to do. I genuinely thought those things he mentioned were just ideas, since that's how it usually goes every year. I should mention that we never played bingo before, but we often go do new activities, and we would go out to eat at least once a week. So those felt like things we could do anytime if he actually wanted, not necessarily something special for a birthday. Am I the antagonist for planning a surprise instead of the activities that he mentioned? Yes and no. Like, he did make it very clear that he wanted to play bingo, and like, I think that could have been squeezed into the day, and you could have just let him know ahead of time. Yeah, if he was so insistent about playing bingo, you could have just been like, yeah, we're gonna play bingo, and then I have something special planned after. And I'm sure he would have been just fine with it, but if he already has his whole weekend also planned, like, how long does he need it to be all about him? I don't know. I don't really feel like saying you're the asshole, because you were trying to do something nice for him, and he was making it a little vague, but also, yeah, you could have incorporated the thing that he specifically said he wanted to do. So, soft asshole? Let's see what the comments have to say. You're the antagonist, gently and a well-intentioned one. That made me sad because I wanted it to be a surprise. It's not about you, it's about him. He was very clearly communicating what he wanted, and you were kind of making it about you.
It's all about me!
Yeah, I suppose. This paragraph is what makes you the antagonist. He kept pushing and pushing for a more detailed plan to see if and when bingo would fit in. This went for a couple weeks, blah blah blah, so eventually I got frustrated telling him what to do. While he appreciated that I spent time planning a special day, it was clear that he was disappointed because he said he wanted to play bingo and go to a restaurant. I didn't plan for that. I can entirely understand you wanting to have a backup idea in case he couldn't decide what he wanted to do and left it up to you. But according to you, in this paragraph, he asked for weeks, not days, weeks, to make sure what he wanted to do was what was going to happen. You ignored that in favor of board games and takeout. Board games you didn't even have to return. That part seems like a little temper tantrum to me. I could be wrong though. If an indecisive person repeatedly mentions a specific thing, they have made their decision and you shouldn't think you know better than that person about what they want. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he very clearly communicated that he wanted to play bingo, and you should have just done that with him. And then, like, maybe have the movies as a backup for when you get back home after dinner or something like that. Yeah, most of the comments are agreeing with that too. Like, he kept telling you what he wanted to do, but you wanted it to be a special surprise to make you feel better. Like, oh, I wanted to do something so nice for him. It's like, he told you what he wanted, and you just went out of your way to not do that. So yeah, you are the antagonist. Soft antagonist. Alright, story number 3. Okay. Am I the antagonist for considering exposing my brother's 22 affair with our former stepmom 43? Okay.
You what?
Probably not. That seems like a weird family dynamic and possible grooming. But let's dive in. So, my parents divorced about a year ago. After that, my dad moved in with his new girlfriend, and my brother, 22, moved out. Our former stepmom, 43, offered him a place to stay, and he took it. Okay, which on the surface seems like a very nice gesture. Like, oh, they're still close and he needs a place to stay. Makes sense, but we'll see where it goes. But, like, we obviously know where it's going to go. A few days ago, Jake, who I assume is the brother, confessed to me that he and Karen, I assume that's the stepmom, have been hooking up since he moved in with her.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the?
He says it started naturally, and now they're both emotionally invested. He's also super attached to her. She was like a mom to him after our bio mom left, and he's worried this will ruin everything. Dude, that's some Oedipus complex shit right there. That is icky.
It's wrong. It's wrong!
Like, how long was she your stepmom for? Because, like, if she's been your stepmom for, like, 10 years, 15 years, she's known him since he was a wee little baby child, which is even more gross.
I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser.
He's begging me not to tell anyone, especially our dad. Yeah, no shit. Because it'll destroy everything. He says he wants to end it, but he's terrified of the fallout and doesn't know how to handle it. I'm honestly disgusted. Rightfully so. But I'm also really worried about him. He's in way over his head. He's in way over other parts too. Am I the antagonist? I don't know what to do. Should I just stay out of it, or is it time to expose this? Am I the antagonist for even considering telling anyone? Well, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think you're an antagonist for wanting to bring this up to someone, because that is insane. Like, I feel sorry for your brother, who was probably groomed by this much older woman for who knows how long. Like, no, this is a weird situation, and you are not an antagonist for not being okay with it. But, I don't know if it's really your place to bring it up to people. Like, you're absolutely entitled to not be alright with it, but I think it's his job, and I suppose her job to some extent, to reveal that whenever they're ready. And I can understand your brother's trepidation, because, yeah, it could destroy your family dynamic. So, tread very carefully here. Let's see what the comments say. Invert the genders of each party. If this was a 22 female and a 43 male, people would say grooming and report it. Timing seems highly suspicious. I think so too. Report it where? 43 dating 22 is not illegal. Yeah, but it's still icky. Your brother told you because he had no one else he trusted who he could talk to. Do not tell anyone. That would ruin people's lives, plus there's nothing good to get out of it. Yes, the antagonist. Again, I don't agree with this person saying that you're the antagonist, I do agree that you probably shouldn't tell anyone. Like, your brother came to you out of a place of trust and probably looking for help. So, yeah, keep that confidentiality, but I don't think you're the antagonist for wanting to tell people, but you shouldn't. Don't tell anyone. Sorry, but your brother is a victim. He may be an adult, but there is a really problematic power imbalance here stemming from their previous relationship as a mother-son, plus the age gap. Please consider having a talk with him. Yeah, I think not, like, you know, like, don't go telling other people, but you definitely need to hash it out with him and figure out what you guys are gonna do. Yeah, gonna need more information on how old y'all were when she became the stepmom and when that ended and everything. She's been in our lives since we were kids, so yeah, this feels gross and icky and like a grooming situation.
She's a predator.
So yeah, I don't think you're the antagonist for being concerned about this, but if you tell somebody, if you go sharing this around, then yes, you would be the antagonist. But for now, not the antagonist. For now. But definitely have a talk with your brother and try and work out with how you're gonna end it with this woman, because that's a very unhealthy dynamic. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me and Bartholomew tonight. I hope you guys had fun reading these stories with me and passing judgment on random strangers. If you did, please like and subscribe, ring the notification bell to know when I post videos and when I go live. And if you want to become a channel member, that would just mean the whole world to me and Bartholomew. But anyway, I hope you guys are all drinking lots of water, doing lots of push-ups, and stay safe. Till next time.